Okay, I haven't done a live stream for a while, but I'm running out of time. So the situation is, this is Holy Wednesday, so the Wednesday of Holy Week. And I said I would make a video explaining how the little office works in the Sacred Triduum. And basically, we're told not to sing the little office in public as a public sort of thing. The Roman office takes precedence, or whatever the official office is that you're using. So this is not too hard to achieve. Usually the Roman office has lots of things to learn, but for the Sacred Triduum, it's cut right back. It's practically just the Psalms monotoned, and then Christus factus est pro nobis at the end, a little prayer, and that's it. So if you know how to monotone some Psalms, then you can do most of the little office for the next 3 days. The exception is Tenebrae. So Tenebrae you may have heard of. It's sort of gaining in popularity. This is the office of matins and lauds, the nighttime office. And Tenebrae is the word for darkness. So you can imagine it's done at night. It's often done in the evening of the previous day. So something like 10 p.m. People will sing matins. And it takes 1.5 to 3 hours going by the recordings that I've seen. So it's a pretty big investment. And because this is the place where all the beautiful music is kept, it's sort of like, with the fasting, you used to fast nothing to eat until the sun went down, and then you could have one meal, normal size meal, not go crazy. So it's a bit like that. During the day, we're fasting from the music, we're monotoning everything, and then in the evening, we've got this beautiful long tenebrae to keep us going, or to exhaust us, as the case may be. So it would be way outside of the scope of my little channel to explain how to sing tenebrae. So here, on this webpage that I just put this on my blog. You might have seen my Little Office webpage. Okay, so that's the Little Office webpage. This is the first article. So I've got a link to Tenebrae at a channel called Sensus Fidelium, which it's an American channel. So they're Tenebrae from St. Joan of Arc in Idaho. If you recognize Christopher Jasper from the Gregorian Chant Academy, you'll see him conducting the chant there. And Our Lady of Mount Carmel, I'm not sure exactly, I haven't looked up where that is, but they have a selection of Tenebrae to choose from. So you can see 2 hours, so it's a 3 hour one, it's a bit longer. This one's 1 3/4 hours, a little bit shorter, but still it's a substantial investment of time. I'm not sure if sometimes this one you can see the address of their booklet, so you can follow with exactly what they're doing, or you can go to the Divinum Officium webpage for the words. This is also good for all the monotoned other hours. So have you seen divinumofficium.com before? Hopefully you have. We'll go to the desktop version. The mobile has the same information without all the pretty pictures. Now, today is the 5th and tomorrow is the 6th. The Holy Thursday this year is the 6th of April. And then you can select Matins, Lauds, Prime, Terce, Sext, None, Vespers, Compline, all of them, or Plures. Plures is full? Okay, I haven't seen Omnia and Plures before. I don't use this often enough. So for following Matins, you'd click there. You can see there's a lot omitted. You got lots of Psalms. Oh, there's an antiphon for the Psalm, and then the Psalms, 3 Psalms, and then the reading. After each reading, there is a responsory, which is sung. So this is the elaborate part, is the responsory. And there's 3 of those, and then there's 3 more Psalms, 3 more readings, 3 more Psalms, 3 more readings, and then for Lauds, you've got 5 Psalms. So if you look at the pictures of Tenebrae, you'll see this beautiful candelabra. Where's a good one of the big candelabra? There we go. Pause that. Yeah, okay. So this is called a hearse, and the word hearse comes from the word for a plough coming on the back of it. So it's sort of, because it's a big thing with lots of sticking up things, they compared it to a plough for ploughing along a wide strip of field. I'm getting off the topic, aren't I? But as they sing each of the Psalms, they extinguish one of the candles. So you can see there are a lot. So there's 15 candles to get through. Yeah. And the last one is should I give away the ending or leave it up to you? Anyway, just how to do this. Watch the video. You can look, they've got the booklet there. You can follow with the booklet. And that can be a great way. And that is the lion's share of the whole office is Tenebrae. So outside of Tenebrae, you if you go down the bottom, you've got all the different hours. Let's look at prime. So prime, you can see things that are omitted. Just have the psalms, no antiphons. So just monotone the psalms. No Gloria Patri. And then at the end is Christos Factus est pro nobis, which comes up in every one of the offices. And you get to sing that for Maundy Thursday if you go to Mass. Okay, Vespers is a bit of a special case. Let's see what they have for Vespers. So today, Vespers are not said by those who assist at the evening Mass of the Lord's Supper. So in the 1962 books, they moved, it was 1955, they moved Holy Thursday to the evening because it's the commemoration of the Lord's Supper, which happened in the evening. Good Friday, they moved to 3 p.m. when our Lord died on the cross. And Holy Saturday, instead of being in the morning, they moved it down to the night time with the lighting of the Paschal fire being a bit more dramatic at night. So whether that was a good idea or a bad idea is still subject to debate. But so in effect, they got rid of Vespers because they moved the Masses on top of the Vespers. Even before that, I've read on CC Watershed that Vespers on Holy Thursday is to be recited, not sung, in the pre-1955 version. But there is music available. So I have a beautiful book, Vesperale Plenarium. So if you have one of these that's just been brought out by the Priestly Fraternity of St. Peter, then you are a very fortunate little person. And they have Usus Antiquior and Usus Recentior. So the more ancient, the more use, just for these. I know it's for these 3 days because I've looked them up. There might be in other places in the book. But anyway, they have the chance for the Vespers. It doesn't seem to be in the Liber Usualis as far as I can see, but you can look up any chants you want on Grego Base, and there's a good chance that people... There we go. This is Grego Base. So any chant, you can look it up by the first initial, and that will give you all the chant. If you really want to do Vespers, you can piece it together yourself from freely available stuff if you don't have the Vesperale. So there you go. So does that cover everything? But there's a good reason, good precedent for just psalm toning all of it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Vespers does have antiphons, but you could monotone them. And at the end, the Magnificat and the prayer again, Christus Factus est pro nobis. So does that give you enough material if you feel like you want to go crazy and do the whole office for the Sacred Triduum? You've got the Tenebrae recordings and you've got the text for the rest. So yeah, your last little office would be on Wednesday for Compline, and then the first one would be Matins for Easter Sunday finally, and it will be good. Yes. Okay, so hopefully that gives you all the information. Hopefully that's all clear enough. Hello to Momentum Gary. Yeah. And yeah, I could keep talking, or I just cut it off and see how it looks. Yeah. Any other notes? I don't think there's any other notes. Where things are at. There was a change where I'm looking at a new platform for the Little Office courses. Should I give you a sneak peek of that, or at the moment? On my webpage, back to my webpage, I have 2 platforms for the courses. So I started off on Udemy, and then because Udemy goes very rainbowish over the month of June and July, I think that's right. It might not be July, but anyway, definitely June. I went with Gumroad as an alternative for people who are allergic to those sort of virtue signaling efforts. But anyway, so Gumroad is a very different platform where you pretty much just have access to the videos. It doesn't note which ones you've seen already, so it's not very much like a course. Udemy kind of feels more like doing an online course. I have found another platform called PayHip where it sort of had the advantages of Udemy looking like a course. I haven't noticed any that have very minimal branding, so it should be a good alternative. So I'm working on building that up, but when I went to copy everything over, I thought I really need to redo this all over again. So yes, if you would like to be an early adopter, contact me if you want to be an early adopter. Yeah, I have got it. I don't think I've linked it anywhere yet, but I'm working on it, and it's so overwhelming. Because you got the Liber Usualis, yes. I can't see the bottom of the message from. Let's see. I'm using a different software, so it's a bit. It is a bit overwhelming. But yeah, it's probably lots of other things you can do for the sacred Triduum too. Yeah, if you have the private recitation, because it is kind of a time of stripping everything back. So yeah, privately reciting the little office is totally legit as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if my mother wants to do stuff. We're sort of far away from the Latin masses. We could drive down there, but because with kids and everything, we're still working out what to do ourselves, and whether we should try to have time more for the office as a family rather than the big travel and but it does sound like a wonderful thing to do, to make the trip. Yes. Yeah, I don't have my Liber Usualis here at the moment. I've got a cut-down version called the Liber Hebdomadae Sanctae Cantus Gregoriani, which is a small book which just has the Holy Week stuff from the 1961 Liber Usualis. So it's on thicker paper than a Liber would be. And it has come in handy. It has all the tenebrae things and Mass and all the extra ceremonies. The only disadvantage, if you're looking for this book, is at the end for the Benedictus for the end of the Paschal Vigil. It should have the Benedictus across 2 facing pages, but instead they've put it on a page turn. And that page turn, you have to make that page turn between every verse of the Benedictus. It has like the first half of the verse and then the second half of the verse, second verse there, second half of the second verse there. If you can imagine, that's this is the bad page break. So if you know Preserving Christian Publications, that's their logo. And if you want to, once they've done a big print run, it's still a very handy book, even if it's just got that one bad page break. And there's, did I talk, if for the words, instead of Divinum Officium, there's a Breviarum Romanum, which has all the words. Oh, it's only the Diurnale, so it won't have tenebrae. Oh, I forgot about that. But it is handy for the day hours. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's covered everything. It's everything I got out. So yeah, I'll let you go, and I'll let me go, and get ready for the Sacred Triduum myself. Okay. God bless, and have a great Easter.